is February 12th, and the boys from the Back Pocket are back, marketing interns. I know you're doing well. Declan Brown, how are you doing?
Oh, I am phenomenal. I think is the correct adjective for today. Ready to get after the week and, ready to get after this episode. We have one hell of an episode. Excuse my language there. We're going to start with our average quality as always. We're going to get into a little new segment that we got for you guys. It's going to be a nice little segment for you. And then we're going to get to your pops, Andrew John and Sarah, one of our leading marketing interns. What do you have to say about it?
The interview is phenomenal. My dad, be prepared. He goes on tangents. I love him, and that's why I love him, because he's got a way with words, and he's willing to talk your ear off. It's a little bit longer than a normal interview, and I know you guys will enjoy it and you will appreciate it, because we sure did.
Yeah, and make sure, whatever you're doing during that interview, just make sure your ears are open and you're listening. And I know sometimes that's tough, or it maybe sounds stupid, like, hey, listen to our podcast. But it's one thing to say, hey, listen to our podcast, and hey, really listen to our this interview for sure.
Because I know it will enhance whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the goal of what we're trying to put out.
Just live in the moment.
Yes. And that kind of goes with our mission statement and our average quality, the combination of the two. So this week, our average quality is developing our mission statement for our website. So we have a segment on our website, a drop-down menu. You click on the why we do what we do. And developing this mission statement could be considered our average quality, because we know what we want out of this podcast, but putting it in exact words in one sentence is very difficult.
Yeah, I would say you and I live out our mission statement every single day of the week. We embody that statement. We are that statement. What's hard, like you said, is just literally writing it down. Like, by no means are you and I English majors, by any means, right? I'm an engineer, you're a business guy. But the whole point is, like, we got to put something down that really embodies us. And it took quite some time. We spent 20 minutes?
20 minutes, probably you and me going back and forth, but the development of this mission statement has
where
been...
it came from.
It's been 12 months.
Yeah. And it was just funny when we were writing it down, like, the first time. It was like, we wanted golden nuggets in there, and then we wanted, like, the average person, or the average story, not so average, or, like, the common people, common stories, and then at the end of the day, not so common, or something. Like, came up with, like, a million of them, but what we ended on is, Andrew, you want to give our mission statement?
Sure. So if you go on the website, yourbackpockets.com, and you go to the Why tab on the About portion, our mission is bringing life and appreciation to common everyday people, uncovering who they are through talking story led by two wildly average co-hosts. An average podcast for the average listener.
Yeah. Simple as that. I mean, it's a great tagline. I love it. I think it's great. I don't know if the sentence structure is up to date or up to par to an English standard. However, it's average enough to our standards.
Yeah.
We like it.
I'm reading through it right now. I realized a few typos.
What's going on? Lead?
It's a lead.
Led by
story lead by two, and it needs to be led by.
No, that's how you spell lead. Lead. L-E-A-D is lead.
Oh,
right.
That's something I'll have to research further. I think.
Hold on. Everyday people uncovering who they are through talking story led by two wildly average co-hosts. Yeah, I think lead is spelled L-E-A-D. Okay. Someone can confirm this for us, please. Please reach out. Let us know what you think about our mission. We're always looking for feedback, and we're always looking for ways to improve. Anyways, what the most interesting part that I found in that average quality is the talking story portion. You don't hear people say talking story all the time, correct?
That is correct. And we entered this little phrase, two-word segment into our mission statement through what I kind of learned in Hawaii about the Hawaiian culture, the aloha spirit, as I mentioned in the past podcast. They really appreciate your presence, and they want to talk story with you, whether it's before or after a meeting, an engagement, whatever your interaction is. They want to appreciate who you are, so they're going to give you that as much time to find out who you are, and through that, you're talking story. You're emulating who you are through conversation. And that portion of what I learned in Hawaii, I realized is kind of what we value in the Back Pocket. We want to, and we want you to appreciate our conversation and the conversation with our guests.
Yeah.
Through talking story.
Yeah, and I think that's a much different aspect or a different wording than telling a story. So telling a story is, there's a lot of narrative to it, right? Where talking story is more of a conversation that has a story within it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so...
Talking story is the idea of you having a mutual interaction between the people in the room versus telling a story is you verbalizing something and the people around you just simply listening.
Listening, gotcha.
It's kind of like a give and take more.
Yeah, and so we're talking story. Our marketing interns are listening to that story, and they're enjoying that story. We hope.